Hey, I'm gonna learn you guys something today. This is white dog. This isn't a white dog. Hey, welcome back Whiskey Questers. If you're new to the channel, my name's Antonio. In this channel I'm going to review whiskeys from all over the world. I like to add a touch of water to each one of them just to see if it changes, because you never know unless you try it, right? So if that's something you like to watch, go ahead and hit that subscribe button with the bell notification so you can stick around for more videos just like this one. But before we move on with the video, a word from our sponsors.
This video was made possible by viewers like you.
Say it again.
What?
I'll put a link to the Whiskey Deuce YouTube channel in the description below. Go check them out. Now, Whiskey Matt gave me a bunch of samples for me to review and try for you guys, and also gave me this unaged Tennessee rye whiskey from Jack Daniels. He wanted me to see what the difference is between an unaged and an aged whiskey. So I've never had something like this before, so this is going to be a real learning experience just to see how much that barrel really does influence the spirit. This unaged rye whiskey was released back in 2013, I believe, and this was their first recipe that they had in over like 150 years, so it was a big deal for them back then, and they decided to release it unaged as a limited release just so people could, you know, get it all hyped up, I guess. But it was selling for $50. This bottle right here, aged, costs around $25, I believe, kind of like the regular Jack Daniels. So maybe just because it was a limited release is that they decided to sell it at that price. Now, Whiskey Matt tells me that if you're able to find this, you'll be paying around $100 now. Either way, this is what this was before it was aged. So let's give it a try and see how it really changed. So let's get this poured out and ready to go. Now I decided to use two different glasses here just so that I could tell the difference which one's which. Alright, so let's start with the unaged rye whiskey and see what this smells like. Whoa, that is completely different from what I remember from any whiskey that I've ever smelled. This smells like beer, kind of like yeasty, some fruitiness in there, but like kind of musty at the same time. Trying to think of what other else does this smell like. There's like a nutty quality going on also. Like, oh, it's so hard to pinpoint. I've never smelled anything like this. But it's not a bad smell. It's just, it's weird to me. Let's see this. Yeah, I mean, you smell that hook right away. Fruity banana. Oh man, it's so different. It does smell really young, so I mean, that's a good reference point now. When I think of young whiskey, I'm gonna be thinking of this. By the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but this unaged one was bottled at 80 proof and this one's 90 proof. So let's see if the barrel does anything to the proof as well. I really can't pinpoint that smell, but maybe something will come to mind as I taste it. So cheers, guys. Well, it tastes just like it smells. You get some spiciness, but it's very, very mellow. Get a nice buttery mouthfeel going on. Wow. Some of that mustiness also comes through on the palate. This is really gonna bother me. I can't pinpoint that smell. What is that? You know what? Now that I think about it, it kind of reminds me of the corn whiskeys that I've tried so far. That's what it is. Like corn husk, like a musty corn, something like that, like dusty. That's what it is. And again, I was hoping I would get that dill in this rye whiskey, which is something I still to this day cannot get on the nose. But like I said in previous videos, I do get that on the rye bread. I mean, I smell that, I can smell the dill, but it's just not on the whiskey. It never comes through on the whiskey. That's so weird. Well, it's pretty good. It's not bad tasting at all. But you do really don't, there's none of that barrel char influence that I'm used to getting on the whiskeys. But the nose on this aged Jack Daniel's rye whiskey is, it's a lot more pleasant. I mean, because it just brings out more subtle, maybe it's just not that musty kind of note that I get in that. But taste on this. Believe it or not, I would think these are both the same proof, but I do get a lot more spiciness on this one right here, the aged rye whiskey. That barrel char. I still get a buttery mouthfeel. Now, they can't call this a whiskey. It has to be aged. Even I think it's just as long as it goes in the barrel and comes right back out, they can call it a whiskey. But this is just Jack Daniel's rye white dog right here. All right, I wasn't gonna add water, but now I'm really curious to see how it changes. So let's add a drop of water to each and see what we get. See you guys in a bit. All right, let's get into this and see what we get with a little bit of water, just one drop added to each, and see if it also brings out some extra notes. No, it still pretty much smells the same. Nothing really changed on this. Let's see this one. Yeah, see, it's like, I get a lot of honey coming out of this now. Some caramel kind of, you know, in between honey and caramel. But this one just straight up smells the same. See if the taste is different. Cheers. Still the same. Did bring up the spiciness just a little bit more. Yeah, but everything else is just the same. Nothing really changed on this besides that spiciness coming out. But this one, yeah, you still get that spiciness, a little bit toned down, but it's still there. That wood char, buttery mouthfeel, delicious stuff. If you guys haven't checked out my review on this Jack Daniel's rye, I'll link it up for you guys right here. Check that out if you want. All right, so my final thoughts on the unaged Jack Daniel's rye. I'm really glad that I got a chance to try something like this, because I don't think I would have had the chance unless I actually go to like a distillery. But at least now I have a reference point as to what really young whiskey tastes like and smells. It's a really unique kind of notes coming out. But if one of you guys actually got a chance to try this out, what is it that I was having such a hard time to pinpoint? Maybe if you guys drop it in the comments, it'll come to my stupid brain here, but definitely not what I was expecting. But nonetheless, thanks Matt. Thanks for donating these to the channel, and this was a great experience for me to try something that's unaged. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and it was a learning experience for you guys. That's just as much as it was for me. Again, Matt, thanks for hooking it up, bro, for this very unique tasting spirit. But nothing beats a good old aged rye whiskey. Cheers, everybody. Have a good weekend. Bye.